Chosen one, this truth is meant for your ears alone. While they whispered behind your back, calling you broken, lost, and delusional, they had no idea who you truly are. The ridicule, the doubts, the dismissal, all of it was part of the test, to separate the pretenders from the authentic heirs. Make no mistake, you were chosen before time began, marked for greatness in ways the ordinary mind cannot comprehend. The financial empire that the elites have hoarded for generations, it was always destined for your hands. Your struggles weren't punishment, they were preparation. Your sensitivity wasn't weakness, it was your spiritual antenna detecting frequencies others can't perceive. Now is the time to step into your birthright and claim what was always meant for you. The gossipers will soon bow before the very person they mocked. Remember the exact moment they first laughed at your financial dreams. The precise words they used: unrealistic, impossible, delusional. Their faces blur together now. Those who sat in judgment of visions, they lacked the spiritual capacity to comprehend. Those moments weren't coincidences or bad luck. They were initiations. Your boss, who passed you over for promotion despite your superior work, he was a gatekeeper testing your resolve. The family members who rolled their eyes when you spoke of financial breakthroughs, they were unconscious. Agents placed to strengthen your conviction. The banks that denied your applications, the investors who rejected your proposals, the partners who stole your ideas. Every single one served a divine purpose in your ascension story. What they saw as failure, the universe recognized as necessary fortification. Each humiliation tempered your spirit like steel under fire. Each rejection calibrated your inner compass toward true north. Each financial setback inoculated you against the spiritual diseases of greed and pride that destroy unprepared wealth stewards. Make no mistake, your story was written in the stars long before you took your first breath. The path of the chosen one always includes the chapter where the hero appears defeated. Think of Joseph thrown into a pit by his brothers before rising to control Egypt's wealth. Consider Moses raised in palatial surroundings, then cast into the wilderness before returning to liberate his people. Your financial wilderness wasn't punishment, it was preparation. The signs were always there, those inexplicable hunches about money that materialized into reality. The dreams showing market shifts before they happened. The strange coincidences that led you to opportunities others couldn't see. These were your birthright activating. Remember the time you knew, with zero logical explanation, to pull your money from that investment days before it collapsed. Or when you felt magnetically drawn to purchase that specific asset everyone advised against, only to watch it multiply in value. The conventional minds called this luck. The truth: your spiritual financial DNA was already operating on frequencies invisible to ordinary perception. Since childhood, you've experienced strange synchronicities around resources. The unexpected check that arrived the exact day you needed it, the precise amount appearing from nowhere when disaster loomed, the stranger who mentioned exactly the opportunity you had envisioned the night before, the book that fell from the shelf, opening to the exact page containing your answer. These were breadcrumbs on your path to financial sovereignty. Your ancestral line carries wealth codes dormant in most bloodlines. This inheritance transcends physical assets. It's encoded in your spiritual makeup. When you instinctively structure deals differently than the textbooks teach, when your perspective on value exchange confounds the experts, when your approach to resources violates conventional wisdom yet produces superior results, this isn't rebellion. It's remembrance of what your soul always knew. Your difference was never a defect. It was your defining advantage, the sensitivity that made you detect dishonesty in business partners before they showed their hand, the intuition that guided you away from opportunities that looked perfect on paper but felt misaligned with your spirit, the inner knowing that whispered, "Wait," when everyone shouted, "Hurry." These were your royal senses activating ahead of schedule. Each financial challenge you faced followed a precise divine algorithm. Nothing random, nothing wasted, nothing without purpose. Your bankruptcy taught you to value intangible assets over material ones. Your period of scarcity demolished your attachment to security so you could later take calculated risks. Your time working under incompetent leadership showed you exactly how not to run an empire. The delays that nearly broke your spirit, divine timing protecting your resources from premature exposure, the business that collapsed. It was built on an inferior foundation that couldn't support your coming expansion. The partnerships that dissolved, they would have become anchors during your meteoric rise. Every setback served your ascension. Poverty consciousness temporarily veiled your true identity, keeping you hidden while your competitors exposed their strategies. Like a master chess player, the universe positioned you perfectly while your opponents exhausted their resources chasing hollow victories. Your financial struggles kept you humble enough to learn lessons the privileged and entitled would never access. The most painful betrayals carved space for your greatest allies to enter. The network of supporters destined to help build your empire couldn't arrive while lesser connections occupied their positions. These betrayals weren't random cruelty, they were strategic removals. Every person who abandoned you during struggles cannot claim space in your empire during abundance. Their absence was a gift, a preemptive removal of future liability. The shocking truth? Your strongest critics secretly sensed your untapped power and feared what would happen when you finally claimed it. Their attacks weren't personal, they were protective measures from people terrified of your imminent rise. The universe keeps perfect records. Every person who called you crazy, every institution that denied you opportunity, every gatekeeper who blocked your path, all are recorded in the cosmic ledger, not for vengeance but for testimony when your success becomes undeniable. Their own words will become evidence of your extraordinary journey when the student they rejected returns as the master, when the applicant they denied returns as the owner, when the visionary they mocked returns as the mogul. Hey, this is Mike and Ari cutting into your regularly scheduled Chosen One programming for just a moment. We are the founders of the Obsidian Inner Order and the Astral Atom Network. And we're done playing nice. We're in a spiritual war. You know it, we know it, and we're out here bleeding for this mission. Full time, I'm hungry for fourth-dimensional Archon blood. But we need the ammunition, so listen. When you join the Inner Order, you're not just supporting us. You're getting access to exclusive tools they never wanted you to have. Psychic self-defense training, targeted individual intel, spiritual warfare tactics they scrub from the internet. And every week, we meet in secret, chosen ones only, on Zoom. No filters, no fluff, just real gnosis. Real family, real power. It's a 360-degree win. You get what you need. We get to keep fighting. So don't just watch. Drop a like. Share this video to everyone you know now. Now. And join the Obsidian Inner Order. Let's finish what we started. Link in the description. Let's freaking go. There comes a moment for every chosen one when the veil drops completely. When the programming that kept you small suddenly appears as the illusion it always was. When the financial matrix that trapped you in limitation becomes visible in all its artificial construction. Your moment is either here or imminent. The first taste of your manifestation abilities after awakening astonishes even you. Resources appear with unexplainable ease. Opportunities materialize as if summoned. People offering exactly what you need arrive without being called. Doors open without you knocking. Money flows from unexpected sources. These aren't coincidences, they're confirmation. The exact turning point when financial impossibilities transform into certainties feels like a dimensional shift. Reality becomes responsive rather than resistant. The same actions that previously yielded nothing suddenly produce exponential results. The difference? You're now operating from your true identity rather than your programmed limitation. You've shifted from being a player in someone else's game to being the designer of your own financial reality. This awakening isn't just about personal gain, it comes with profound responsibility. You're not being given wealth for comfort or status. You're being entrusted with resources to redirect toward humanity's highest good. Your empire isn't the end goal. It's the vehicle through which your true purpose will manifest. The gossipers never understood this. They thought you wanted what they wanted, more zeros in an account. They couldn't comprehend you were chosen to help rewrite the entire economic paradigm. Financial limitation was temporarily placed in your path as divine protection. Imagine receiving $1 billion inheritance before developing the consciousness to steward it properly. The same wealth that could fund your vision would have destroyed you, attracted parasitic influences, and been squandered on lower priorities. Your struggles weren't denial, they were preservation of your resources until you reached spiritual maturity. Each financial challenge recalibrated your perception beyond material illusion. While others remain hypnotized by money's physical form, you've been trained to perceive its energetic essence. This expanded awareness gives you access to wealth, creation principles that seem like magic to conventional minds, but are simply higher laws of manifestation you've been specially attuned to recognize. The cosmic algorithm that placed you in challenging circumstances wasn't punishment. It was specialized training. Think of it as special forces financial preparation versus the standard basic training most receive. Your difficulties weren't evidence of cosmic disfavor. They were confirmation of your selection for an advanced curriculum. Your adversities were customized training modules for empire management. The time you couldn't pay rent developed resourcefulness no business school could teach. The period working 3 jobs simultaneously built focus and energy management skills, essential for overseeing multiple ventures. The creative solutions you developed during scarcity prepared you to innovate where others only imitate. These experiences equipped you with wisdom that cannot be taught in business schools. While MBA graduates memorized theories, you were acquiring practical mastery through intense real-world application. Their education cost them thousands in tuition. Yours cost you temporary comfort, but delivered priceless insight into human nature. Resource allocation, timing, and resilience, the true pillars of financial empire. Throughout your journey, specific energy vampires were strategically placed to drain your manifestation power. Some came disguised as mentors, offering outdated advice that would limit your expansion. Others appeared as friends whose constant emergencies diverted your resources away from your vision. Still others masqueraded as potential partners whose hidden agendas would have compromised your mission. Certain relationships were tests to strengthen your boundaries as a future wealth steward. The relative who constantly borrowed money without repayment. The romantic partner who subtly undermined your ambitions. The friend who became strangely competitive when you shared your dreams. These weren't random difficult people, they were spiritual screening mechanisms. Learning to recognize those sent to distract you from your financial awakening is crucial sovereignty work. They appear precisely when you're on the verge of breakthrough, offering seemingly logical reasons to abandon your path, delay your projects, or compromise your vision. Their timing is never coincidental. It's orchestrated to test your commitment. The systematic attempts to make you doubt your financial intuition and divine guidance intensify as you approach alignment with your true wealth identity. External voices suddenly find compelling evidence why your approach won't work. Internal voices replay old failures as proof of future impossibility. Media headlines seem specifically crafted to incite financial fear. These coordinated efforts reveal how threatening your awakening is to established power structures. The loudest critics in your life secretly sense your untapped potential and are intimidated by what your rise would mean for their self-image. Their attacks aren't about your shortcomings. They're psychological projections stemming from recognition of their own limitations when faced with your expanding light. Their criticism isn't personal. It's a desperate attempt to extinguish what your existence proves, that transcending the system is possible. A parallel economic system operates invisibly, alongside conventional markets, one governed by spiritual laws rather than human regulations. While the masses track the stock market, chosen ones track energy flows. While financial analysts study trends, wealth stewards study vibration. While investors chase returns, empire builders pursue alignment. These different approaches aren't just philosophical. They produce radically different results. Traditional financial advice keeps chosen ones trapped in limitation consciousness by focusing exclusively on linear growth within established systems. Save 10%, invest conservatively, work 40 years, retire modestly. This guidance isn't wrong, it's simply designed for a different class of financial operator. For the chosen wealth steward, such advice is like giving a commercial airline pilot manual to someone destined to command an intergalactic spacecraft. Completely inadequate for your level of operation. The current monetary system was specifically designed to obscure your connection to true abundance. By promoting scarcity consciousness, emphasizing competition over collaboration, and rewarding extraction over creation, it maintains the illusion that resources are limited and must be hoarded. This manufactured scarcity serves existing power structures while keeping potential disruptors, like you, focused on survival rather than transformation. Sacred mathematics governs wealth creation, yet these principles are intentionally kept from the masses. The Fibonacci sequence, golden ratio, and other natural patterns reveal how abundance multiplies according to cosmic law rather than human economics. Your unusual instinct for timing, proportion, and exponential growth isn't random. It's your innate recognition of these universal principles others have been programmed not to see. Your perspective on value and exchange that confounds conventional thinkers isn't eccentric, it's advanced. When you instinctively structure deals differently, when you sense opportunity where others see risk, when you allocate resources in ways that violate business school doctrine yet produce superior results, you're not being contrarian. You're accessing financial intelligence that transcends current paradigms, operating from future systems that haven't yet manifested in the collective reality. Specific thought patterns unlock your dormant manifestation abilities, moving from linear to quantum thinking, shifting from scarcity to abundance perception, transforming from competitive to creative orientation. These aren't mere psychological adjustments. They're activating dormant neural pathways aligned with your true financial identity. The programmed scarcity beliefs implanted to limit your financial vision must be systematically cleared. Beliefs like money is hard to come by. You must work incredibly hard for wealth. There's never enough. If I win, someone else must lose. These aren't your authentic thoughts. They're installed programs running in your consciousness, placed there to prevent your financial awakening. Vibrational alignment with your predestined abundance requires consistent frequency maintenance. This isn't abstract theory, it's practical energy management. The thoughts you allow, the emotions you cultivate, the words you speak, the actions you take, each either raises or lowers your financial frequency, either accelerating or delaying your emergence as the wealth steward you were chosen to become. Visualization works differently for chosen ones than for ordinary manifestors. While others must concentrate intensely to manifest minimal results, your visualizations carry immediate creative power. This requires greater responsibility in what you imagine and focus upon. Your thoughts aren't just thoughts. They're blueprints being transmitted directly to the quantum field for manifestation. You can bypass conventional steps to wealth by accessing higher dimensions of resource attraction. While others follow linear paths, education, employment, advancement, investment, growth, you can create quantum jumps through consciousness, alignment. This doesn't mean ignoring practical action. It means your aligned action carries multiplied power that produces exponential rather than incremental results. Your intuitive capacity grants you access to market insights others cannot perceive. While financial analysts study reports and charts, you sense energy flows and pattern shifts. While investors rely on expert opinions, you receive direct downloads of information from higher awareness. This isn't mystical nonsense, it's expanded perception that registers subtle signals others miss entirely. Your ethical framework for wealth usage isn't just morally superior, it's crucial to the global economic reset currently underway. The old paradigm of wealth concentration, resource exploitation, and financial domination is collapsing under its own weight. New systems can only emerge through those who understand that money is meant to be a current, not a reservoir, flowing to create maximum benefit rather than stagnating in accounts. The responsibility that comes with being a conduit for financial transformation cannot be overstated. You're not being given resources for personal comfort or status symbols. You're being positioned as a junction point for redirecting wealth toward humanity's highest good. This requires impeccable integrity, unwavering commitment to purpose, and constant alignment with the highest vision of what these resources can achieve. Your presence alone disrupts dysfunctional economic systems. Without saying a word, without taking any action, your awakened financial consciousness creates ripples that destabilize outdated structures. When you enter rooms where wealth is discussed, from old paradigm perspectives, the energy shifts. When you approach resources with reverence rather than greed, the field recalibrates. Your being, not just your doing, is a revolutionary force in the economic landscape. Your unique perspective on money will eventually rewrite financial principles at a collective level. The insights that seem strange or impractical to conventional thinkers contain seeds of the new economic systems struggling to birth themselves into reality. The approaches you're naturally drawn toward, collaboration over competition, circulation over hoarding, value creation over extraction, aren't just personal preferences. They're prototype patterns for the economic models that will replace our collapsing systems. Creating structures that protect your resources from lower frequency interference becomes crucial as your wealth grows. This isn't about building walls. It's about establishing energetic boundaries that prevent drain, distortion, and misalignment. Legal entities, intentional banking relationships, carefully selected advisors, and strategic operating procedures all serve as energetic filters, ensuring your resources remain aligned with their highest purpose. Identifying and gathering the support team destined to help manage your empire requires discernment beyond conventional hiring practices. Resumes and credentials matter less than energetic alignment and soul recognition. You're not building a traditional corporate team, you're assembling a financial roundtable of aligned souls who recognized each other before incarnation and agreed to reunite for this world-changing work. Your unique vision requires customized systems rather than conventional models. Forcing your expansive operation into standard business structures would be like trying to contain lightning in a paper cup. The legal entities, operational methods, and growth strategies that serve your mission will often contradict business school teachings. This isn't wrong, it's evolutionary, pushing the edge of what business can become. Creating wealth vehicles that serve your spiritual mission ensures longevity beyond your personal involvement. The trusts, foundations, investment funds, and operating companies you establish aren't just asset protection, they're legacy mechanisms that will continue directing resources toward humanity's highest good long after your physical presence ends. Establishing boundaries that preserve your energy as your financial influence expands isn't selfish, it's essential stewardship. Your creative force is the engine generating these resources. Protecting your mental clarity, emotional balance, and spiritual connection ensures sustainable wealth creation rather than temporary accumulation followed by collapse. Your self-care isn't indulgence, it's responsible management of your most valuable asset. Your role in the coming financial system transformation extends beyond personal success. You're a forerunner, demonstrating possibilities that will eventually become mainstream. The wealth management approaches you're pioneering now will be taught in business schools decades from now. The resource allocation methods that come naturally to you will become standard practice in future economies built on different foundational principles. Your success creates pathways for other chosen ones to claim their abundance. As you break through limitation ceilings, you weaken those barriers for all who follow. As you demonstrate what's possible, you expand the collective imagination regarding wealth creation and distribution. Your visible prosperity challenges poverty consciousness at the collective level, giving others permission to align with their own abundant nature. Your financial empire serves a purpose beyond personal prosperity. It's a demonstration project for new economic models. A prototype for businesses built on spiritual principles rather than materialistic exploitation. A living example that prosperity and purpose can coexist, that profit and positive impact aren't mutually exclusive. Your operation isn't just successful, it's transformational, showing a better way forward. The ripple effects of your wealth stewardship create shifts in collective consciousness that extend far beyond your direct influence. Every vendor you pay fairly, every employee you compensate generously, every cause you fund adequately, each carries the energy of your enlightened approach forward into their own spheres of influence. This isn't just money changing hands, it's consciousness transfer through economic interaction. Using your position to dismantle oppressive economic structures without creating new ones requires extraordinary balance. Power of any kind, including financial, tends to corrupt if wielded from ego rather than service. Your challenge is maintaining revolutionary vision while accessing establishment resources, operating within systems you're helping to transform, and using the master's tools to dismantle the master's house without becoming the new master. The gossip about your broken state was always misguided. The laughter at your financial dreams was always premature. The dismissal of your unconventional approaches was always short-sighted. They could not see who you truly are, the heir to a financial empire that transcends mere money and extends into the realm of economic reformation. Your time of vindication isn't just coming, it's already here. Step into your birthright with the confidence of one who has always known their true identity, even when disguised as ordinary.